The hypocrisy of your father. I mean, not only was he living off your mother, making your life horrible, the shocking revelation that he had a whole second family going somewhere.
Yeah. I get off the plane at LaGuardia Airport, and some little kid comes up to me and jumps in my arms. I had no idea who he was. And my father was right behind him, and I knew clearly because that was the case, he knew the kid. I said, "Who is this?" He said, "It's your little brother." And
Just like that.
just like that.
No, I mean,
No
it's
warning, no
crazy.
anything. No warning, no anything. And then he took me in the car. And when he took us in the car to drive me home to Hollis, um, put me in the back seat because somebody was in the front seat, and that was his mistress. And when the mistress was in the car, and I saw that, I knew at that moment what this was, and I was like, "Holy shit!" This is because all I could think about was my mother. I grew up on 203rd Street in a Hollis, and he dropped me off right on the corner of 111th Avenue, and he said, "Don't tell your mother that I had anybody with you." And I walked in the house, and the first thing my mother asked me after she said hello, she said, "Your father dropped you off?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Was he by himself?" And I said, "Yes."
You lied.
It was the only lie I've ever told my mother. I've never harbored animosity towards him over me. It was
Wow.
the treatment of my mother that I could not take.
When you started to get successful
Yeah,
and really make some serious dough,
yeah.
did suddenly he try to change the history between the two of you?
You're damn right he did. He most certainly did. A matter of fact, it happened, one of the days happened in the dining room of my mother's house. I would tell you this is about 10 years ago. About 10 years ago. So he's complaining because Christmas comes by, Christmas comes and goes. And my mother, I've sent her on a cruise to Europe. My father, I bought him the club. Remember that club that you put on your steering wheel for the car?
Yeah.
I brought
So
him the
your
club.
car doesn't get stolen?
Exactly, right. I bought him
Yeah.
the club, right? I
Right.
bought him the club. And he was like, "What the hell is this?" And he was like, "Why didn't I get, the kind of gift you gave your mother?" I said, "'Cause you ain't mom." And so that led to an argument in front of my Uncle Freddie, who's now deceased as well. And Uncle Freddie was right there, and my father tried to tell me what kind of a father he was, and you don't know what the hell you talking about, and you don't know what I've done. And I went in on him, and I said, "You did this in 1978. You did this in 1983. You did that in 1988. You did that in 1991. My Uncle Freddie looked at him and said, "Basso, shut the fuck up. Your son is a journalist. He knows what he's talking about. He can chronicle everything you've done. You've got no shot to win this argument. Shut the fuck up."